welcome back to my channel. It's Cerise here, and for today's video I have the Jeffree Star and Morphe brush set, and I also have the sponge trio. Now, my good friend Janine at Free the Tomatoes, you can follow her there, she got these for me in the Morphe set in the original, the original one of it, but then it got sent to her in Canada and she sent it to me, so it's taken a while for me to get them, but I did originally get them. So I am super excited to go through with these. Let's start off with the brush set, which is $49 US. So this brush set's $49 US, and these are $16 US for the three, which I think is a pretty decent price since you're getting 3 sponges, and then with the brushes you are getting 7 brushes for 50 bucks, which I think is a pretty good price point if they are good brushes. Now I know she's done a review with the exact same brushes and she said she washed them and they pretty much fell apart. So let's see how they are today. So I am very interested to see. So this video might be long. Spoilers. Get some snacks, get a drink, settle down, relax, and let's get into it. Woo! So this is the bag here that it comes in. It's a very, very cute bag. It's the Morphe and Jeffree Star collaboration. As you can tell, I like the little details, how it says Jeffree Star on here, Morphe on the back. I just think it's the little things like that that just make it a little bit extra special. So it opens up like this, like a little, it's like a big mouth, and I've got all the brushes inside. So it comes with the 7 brushes here, which, oh my god, I'm excited. Is this like a 210 brush? That is really exciting. No, but that's okay. I've always wanted, I love Morphe brushes because they're so good, so I am really excited about this as well. So this is the different ones here, and then I think what I will do is pull them out one by one. So this one is the Jeffree Star JS1. So this is the JS1 brush, and you can see it's got the monogram on the side. Now the monogram, it doesn't feel texturized at all. It is just stamped on there, so I think if it was like textured on there, it probably would have to be, you know, a bit more expensive. So the quality of it does seem like it's nice and cold. This bit definitely feels like a metal component. This feels like a plastic component here. So it just kind of looks like a bougie little brush. Feels a bit hard on the face, if I'm going to be honest, but that is okay. And it feels like it's got a nice hold to it. It's like a nice wee hold. So that is that brush there. Then we have the, if I don't drop everything first, then we have this is the J52 brush, and so this looks like it could be a blush brush or a contouring brush. So it does actually say what it is. So this is the Point Blank Precision brush, so it's just like a blush contour. The one that we just looked at was the Queen brush, which I think could just be used for anything since it's the Queen, I guess. This one is the JS3, and the JS3 is an iconic contour brush. So this is the brush that you would use for contouring. I might use it for highlighting because it looks like a nice kind of highlight brush. I think these are all face brushes looking at them. So the JS4 is a fly high brush, so I guess you could use that for eyeshadow, but I think this one is meant for highlighting as well. And then we have the JS5, which is the Crease Queen brush. So this is actually a creasing brush for your eye, but I feel like it looks kind of a bit too big, so we'll see. And do you kind of see how the hairs are kind of out from one wee wash? Mate, please don't fall out. Alrighty, and then we have the, what is this one? JS6 Rule Blender brush. So this is another blender brush. So 2 blender brushes in the set. And then the last one is the JS7, which is the Double Trouble brush. So it is an eyebrow spoolie and a either liner or eyebrow brush, which I think is a pretty cool one. I actually like this brush the best, but this one does feel very light and almost like a chopstick or something. So first impressions of the brushes, I think that it's a nice array. It's a nice introductory amount. Like there's like the 3 face brushes, or you know, kind of 4 face brushes, and then 2 eyeshadow brushes. It's kind of not like a complete face or a complete eye, but that's fine. We can go from there. Alrighty, so I think what I will do is I'm going to prep my face. And then I'm going to talk about the sponges. So, the sponges are like this. So it says, the only BS you need in life is beauty sponges. The only BS you need in life is beauty sponges. Bold and in your face. Jeffree Star is giving you the ultimate beatdown thanks to the limited edition trio. Our iconic highlight and contour beauty sponge got a custom style-worthy makeover. Soak it all in, babe. So this is a highlight and contour sponge, and these are 2 mini highlight and contour sponges. So I'm like, I might just use it to put foundation on, because I don't really want to use these brushes to put foundation on. So I'm like, how do I even open this? Like over here, beauty blenders are like 20 New Zealand dollars just to get, oh god, just to get like one beauty blender. So I am excited to try the Morphe ones because apparently they're amazing. And first impressions of pulling them out, my hair's in them, it's very soft. Like it's a very soft. I like how it is pointed like this, so you could get right up under your eyes. You could do good for chiseling, like nose chiseling, and then this is like mini nose chisel, like eye chisel. Like I actually really like how there's the mini ones there as well. I think they're real cute, but also the same one that you're used to, and it could be used for good like foundation for wiping, that kind of thing, and you've still got that like blendy side as well. So I'm actually really excited for that. So I think what I will do is be right back, and I'm just going to moisten these up. So I've just covered these in water. You can see the water is starting to spread them out a wee bit. And I've done the little one in water, and you can already see the difference in size, that this is the damp one and this is not. So let's put the last one away that we're not using. And then I'm going to get my foundation base, which I am just going to use a BB cream today because ain't nobody got time for that other stuff. So I'm just going to blink it on my hands. And I guess we'll just use this and see how it goes. I'm just going to dip it on. I'm just going to rub it. So, I mean, it's a sponge, so you can't really, like, be like, oh, it's super amazing or anything. It's a sponge and it's got a nice shape. So, I mean, happy with that. I do like though that it has got this point on it because I can get it right in my, like where my nose is and my eye, and not get it in my eye, see? I think that's a very cool like bit, because usually with mine I'm always getting it like in my face everywhere, and I really don't like that. So I'm excited that I do not have to worry about that. That's really cool. Okay. Just casually getting foundation in my hairline, that is fine. I'm excited to use these for blending concealer though. I think that would be really cool. But as for blending like a beat, like, you know, I'm just going for kind of a light coverage anyway. I don't want to go too hard out because I really want to see how these brushes perform. So I am just, you know, just getting a little BB cream and patting it in. Pretty much just a huge moisturizer. But yeah, the sponge, it's, I mean, what can I say? It's just a sponge. It's a sponge and it's great. And yeah, can't really fault it. If you could fault the sponge, that would be a bad thing. Alright, so let's go for this wee one here because we're going to go for concealer now. So I'm going to use the little one now and see how that goes. Got this wee one here. And I'm just going to use this side to kind of see. Yep, it's a sponge that blends. It's really cool. I do like the fact that it is mini. I don't usually like have a mini blender. I just have like a big blender. So I do like that this is just going on really nicely. It's just really great. Like, I like that it's little and compact, can fit into the creases of my nose, so I'm really, like, I really like that. feel like it would be good for like if you had cut creases as well, because you could just like sketch it out on top of your eye like with a sponge. So I think that would be a really cool approach to try as well. So if anyone wants to try that, then let me know in the comments down below if you have this as well. But yeah, those are the 2 sponges there, and as a sponge set as a whole, I think it's actually pretty good. I reckon you'd only need to get like 2. It'd be cool if it just came in like a 2 set, because you don't really need the 3rd one, because then it's kind of like you'd want 2 of these sort of thing. But it's cool because you could use one for like bronzing, contouring, and then one for light. So I mean, it is really cool. But yeah, I highly rate this set. Like I said, you can't really muck up a sponge set, so I actually am I'm really happy with that sponge set. I think that that's a really cool idea, and the shape of them is just really unique. I really like that. It's cool. Alright, so we've done the sponge set now. I think now we're going to go on to, well, I'm going to go on to use the, what is this one? The JS1, and I'm going to use this to apply powder to my face. So we will see. I feel like a true beauty blogger being like, gonna use this JS1. So let's do that. Okay, so I'm just going to put it in. So this one does feel like much thicker, and it feels like nice and girthy, nice and heavy in my hand. It's not too heavy though, but it feels like luxurious, so I quite like that. As for the bristles going on, yeah, it just feels like a nice kind of like just a tougher brush. Like it definitely feels like it's putting, well, I can see it's putting product on, but it feels like it's putting product on too, but it doesn't feel like it's too heavy that it's really hard to describe these things. It doesn't feel like it's too heavy that it's actually like moving my makeup around. Like it just feels like a nice, like I can feel it's there, you know, it's a brush. Like I think, yeah, I think it performs nicely, it feels nice, feels good. Yeah. No complaints about this one. Feels pretty good. Did my face nice and quick, like that. Cool. What I don't like though is, can you see that it's kind of off to the side? So this brush has been washed once, and this is the 2nd time it's been used, and it is kind of missing its shape. Kind of like you can see, hang on, let's put it this way. It's easily bendable, all of the bristles in it. Like it kind of goes off to one side. Like, I don't know. It loses its shape, so to me that's a bit sketchy, but nevertheless, that's what you'd expect from an old brush, not a new brush. Just saying. Alright, so what I'm going to do with this brush here is I'm going to get some contour and use this one to contour. It's probably a bit of an overkill to contour. It is a very large brush, but I just want to use it for something, you know what I mean? So I'm going to be using this one, because I'd probably even the other one even use it as a foundation brush, but I don't know, like I feel like it might be too soft for a foundation brush, and not like, because it's not flat, it might just be a bit like strange, you know what I mean? So I don't know, I just don't know. Okay, this one's not like blowing me away. It feels very light and wispy on my face. I know I'm being very critical of these brushes, but they have had a lot of, like, what do you call it? What's that word? Criticism behind them, so I'm going to be very honest with these. Not that I'm not normally very honest, but I'm just going to be super critical of these, just because I want to be, like, Janine had a bad review with these brushes, so I want to do it justice and be like, you know, do it honestly. That made no sense, but you know what I mean? Like, I'm just going to review these. So yeah, that is that one there, and it is kind of a bit misshapen as well. But I mean, I am putting product on it, I am pressing it on my face, I am pressing it hard. You guys are seeing how hard I'm pressing it as well. So yeah, that is it used as a bronzer on my face with this one. So it's cool, that's cool. Alright, now I'm going to put on some blush, and I'm going to use the JS3 to kind of put some blush on my face. So this brush feels nice, it feels good. It feels like you could do a lot of packing with this, like you know, if you wanted a really definite highlight, or if you wanted like a definite contour, this definitely would be a good brush to use. And it is the contour brush, so it is like meant for that. But yeah, it's a very hard brush, like it's not super soft bristles, like it's very hard It's not like a super bendable and super flexible. Alright, so I think what I'm going to do now is go into highlighting, and I'm going to be using the JS4 to kind of highlight my face here. So this brush feels like all of the kind of bristled brushes, because they are different. It does feel like very almost not very sturdy. It feels very wispy, and it's kind of like it's not a pointed edge. Like if you can see real close, put that in the background, you can see all of the hairs kind of stick out. So it's not a very good brush at holding its shape. Whereas I've got, and bristle just came out into my eye. No, don't fail me now. But see, it's like with these brushes that I've got like literally holding their shape, and then this one holding its shape, and it's years old, and I'm like, that one's just not holding its shape, but it's okay. Alrighty then, and I'm not impressed that a freaking hair of it fell out on my face. That's not good. This is not turning out to be a good review, and it's kind of annoying me because I want it to be a good review. I do want it to be. I do. Alrighty, so now I'm going to put on some brow product and use this brush here. So it's very, very delicate brush. Like it's getting pretty precise lines, so I'm really happy with that. I think so far it's actually my favorite brush. I know I said at the start that it kind of felt a bit cheap, but I actually think it's quite a nice wearing brush. Like it definitely is like a precision like brow one, and I do actually really, oh god, I do actually really like this brush, and I can see myself using this brush a lot. So I am not mad at that. I really like this brush. It's really good. Okay, so now that the brows are done, I think I'm going to go on to an eye look. But I don't know what I'm going to do on my eyes to kind of show off the skills of these brushes. So let me be right back. Alright, so now I've got you closer, and I'm picking up the JS5, and can you see how kind of wispy it is at the moment? But no tea, no shade. I am just going to pick up a blendy shade. Really good blender brush. Yep, that's a really, really good blender brush. Blends on really nicely, does what you want it to do, and it seems to be a little bit wispy, but it's pretty much held its shape better than the other brushes have. So yeah, sweet. And then I'm going to be using the JS6 and just laying down some more color, I guess. So this one is pretty good at blending as well. As you can see, I used it for 2 different shades and literally just like brushed it on my pants to get rid of the color. And I'm wearing pajamas, by the way. And yeah, but yeah, it came off really nicely, and yeah, really like that brush. It's awesome. Okay, cool. So I've used all the brushes. I think what I'm going to do now is just put on some mascara and eyeliner and all that jazz, and be right back with my final thoughts. Alrighty, so now that that is all done, now I've got to give my final thoughts. I'm going to start with my favorite item, which was the sponge set. Now, I really do highly rate the sponge set. I think it's really good. You can't really go wrong with it. The way that they've got the precision, I think, is really awesome. And I like the style of them. I think my only downfall to these is the fact that you've got two little ones and a big one. If you're gonna like double a size, why don't you double both of them? Like, so it's like a double pack sort of thing. It just makes no sense why there's the two. But I get that it's like you could use one for, you know, the darker shades and one for lighter shades, but I mean, just flip it over sort of thing. So that's the only thing I would critique, but I think it does look cute with three, and plus you're getting more for money. 16 for 3 sponges is better than 16 for 2 sponges. So I don't really know why I'm complaining about that. So the sponge trio, yes, it's amazing, fantastic, that's great. For the brush set, this bag, highly rate. I think this bag is really cute. I like the way it opens. It's very different to your normal brush bags. It is nice and stylized. You could fit a lot in there. You can fit way more than just those brushes in there. I could probably fit all those brushes in there. I don't know. As for these ones as a set, I do think it's quite a bizarre set, how there is half face ones, half eye ones, well really only 2 eye ones. I think that that's quite weird. But this one could be used as a liner brush as well, so technically I guess kind of 3 brushes as an eye look. What they could have done to make this collection probably a bit better was to have like a flat eye one, but I could use that one as it, even though it's not meant to be like that, and then maybe like a smaller brush just to have to put under the eyes or something. That's the only thing I would change. Just adding one of those brushes I think would really amp up this collection. But the collection as a whole, like, I mean, it's not bad. For 50 bucks, it's definitely not a bad thing to buy. It does concern me how the teeth seem to be falling out of this brush here, but that could just be like, because it was the first set, could be a bad manufacturing thing. They've probably fixed it now, I'm sure, but always with these brushes with the hairs in them like this, they always tend to kind of come out anyway. I've had some Exo Beauty ones that have done it. I've had some Batch Cosmetic ones that are like that have done it. All of the brushes kind of do it. As for packaging wise, I think that the packaging is really cool. It's a nice novelty idea. I feel like it's going to be one that's going to be easily ripped off from China, but the reason that you can tell that these ones are genuine is because of the metal, and they are quite heavy on the front. So if I hold it like that, you can see it's starting to bend one way because it does have a heavier front. So see, it's quite lightweight on the end, but it's got a heavier front. So I'm actually really, I mean, as much as some people have hated these, I actually do like these brushes. I will use them again, and I think it's a good investment if you're wanting like an introductory amount to brushes. It's not all the brushes that you need though. I do think that it is annoying that there is having those problems with them, but it's the same with any like real hair brush. It's gonna have problems. The teeth, I keep saying teeth because I work in grooming, so I've got a comb and the teeth of the comb keep coming out. So it's kind of like the hair is like coming out of it. So it could just be a bad batch or what, but I mean, I don't hate it. I'm not gonna rave and be like, oh my god, these brushes are amazing, because they did not blow my mind, but it's kind of like a meh. And for the sponges, they blew my mind. I like them, but these, it's just like, it's okay. Like, I've seen better, but also I don't hate them, you know? So yeah, well, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video on these brush sets. I definitely would use them again. I'm gonna use them again. As for repurchasing them, you probably don't need to repurchase them. Brushes should last you a very, very, very long time. Some of these brushes I've had for about 5 or 6 years and they are not falling apart, so yeah, I mean, if they did break, maybe I would repurchase them depending on how long that they take to break, but I personally don't think you would need to repurchase them. So it's a product that you should have for a very, very long time. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe with subscribe episodes, and until next time, I love you guys so much, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.